Hey guys, recently I've been using my AI assistant Hermes to help me with creating YouTube videos, and it's been pretty amazing. So I wanted to share what I'm doing here on this channel, and maybe you can use a few of these ideas to help with your own YouTube production. So in this video, I'll cover the basics of what I'm doing to use Hermes to help me with creating YouTube videos. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Joe Armstrong, and I create online businesses that can run without me. I've been in the SEO and course space for over 10 years, and now I'm using AI to improve those businesses and to create new ones. And I'm sharing what I'm learning about AI here on this channel. So if you're making YouTube videos, you know there's a lot that goes into it. You want to research the topic, figure out what you're going to talk about, structure the content. You want to either script it or put together bullet points, or at least have a rough idea of what you're talking about. And then you need to film. After you film, you need to make sure that there's a good thumbnail, title, description. You need to edit it, you need to publish it, things like that. And because of all those steps, I wasn't really excited about creating videos. However, lately I've been using Hermes more often to help me with the production, and it's really helped out quite a lot. So I'll cover a few of the ways that I'm using my AI assistant to help me create videos. Number one, capturing the ideas. Do you ever find that when you're walking around somewhere, you suddenly have some idea that comes to you and you think, oh, this is going to be great for YouTube? I had that, but I didn't have a reliable way of actually recording that somewhere. I was using Notion and I would write down the notes, but it wasn't quite as good as being able to speak what I was thinking. Sometimes I didn't have the whole idea sorted out. So it took a little bit of time for me to actually figure out what I was thinking about. And that's where the AI assistant does a great job. So now what I can do is I can just talk into my phone and say, here's an idea for YouTube. I just start explaining it. And then the agent will listen to what I said, organize it, and ask me some questions. And then what we'll do is we'll have some back and forth. And eventually I'll end up with a rough outline for what the video topic should be about. And sometimes it ends up being 2 video topics or 3 video topics. Sometimes those end up getting split off. So this does sound like a small thing, but actually it's been massive for me because now I feel like all of my ideas are getting organized. When I go to sit down and think, okay, what am I going to make a video about? I just don't need to worry about it anymore. I've got more ideas than I've got time to create them, and that's great. Number 2, develop the idea with my agent. So oftentimes when I create those notes, the idea is not fully formed. Sometimes I need to have some back and forth. I need to have the agent do some research for me. Maybe there's specific topics that don't quite fit together. And that's where the agent is massively helpful. So the agent is able to help me sort out my ideas and organize them in a way that makes sense. I've been going back and forth about how I actually create these videos. Sometimes I'm scripting them, sometimes I'm using bullet points, and sometimes I'm experimenting with all of them. I haven't found any way that I particularly like yet, but I think it's good to try them out. The AI assistant has been great for helping me organize those ideas. Part 3, Obsidian. So Obsidian is where I store all of my notes. Hermes has access to it. It's also saved on my phone, my tablet, and my computer. And that's great because that way I have all of that information synced up together. If you're not familiar with Obsidian, it's kind of similar to Notion. I actually use Notion quite often, but since I've been using my AI assistant, I've started to use Obsidian. It seems like it's a really good fit. I think you can also use Notion, but when I was setting all of this stuff up, the agent had suggested Obsidian based off of my preferences. So I decided to give it a try. Once I've organized the idea with my agent and we've got a rough outline or a script, then I'll have the agent send it over to Obsidian, and that way I can review it. And now I can look at that script or those notes either on my phone or my tablet or my computer. All of them are synced up together. And then I can also go back and talk to my agent and have the agent update those notes if there's something that I don't like or that I want to improve. And then I can read through that and make sure that I have a clear understanding of what I'm going to talk about before the video filming day. Part 4, record the video. For this part, I have a pretty basic setup. I record on my mobile phone, and then I use the notes from Obsidian to help me with creating the content, with recording the video. And what I'll do is I'll generally have the notes nearby me, and then I'll look at the notes. and then I'll read and speak into the camera, and then I'll look back at my notes. And that seems to be working pretty well for me. And then once I'm done recording the video, then I'll move that over to my computer. Part 5, using Descript. We use Descript for video editing. If you're not familiar with Descript, it's a great tool, very simple for editing your videos. The nice thing about Descript is once you drag the video folder over to Descript, it automatically transcribes it so you can see the text. And it makes video editing very easy because you can just delete the text and it deletes that part of the video. So one of the big upgrades for the whole video editing process was the way that we use Descript now. Because what we've done is we set it up so the AI assistant has viewer access to Descript. So that means it's not able to do any editing. It can just read the transcript. So once I upload the video into Descript, Descript does the transcription. Then the AI agent is able to read that transcript, and then it knows what kind of content, like what the structure is. It can recognize my speaking style, how I talk, and then it can take that content and it can make the title, can make the description, and it can also create the thumbnails. I already gave it a bunch of photos of me, and it knows what kind of thumbnail style that we want. So it just creates thumbnails based off of that. Now, this setup didn't happen automatically. It did take a while, and it took a lot of back and forth, but the agent actually learns quite quickly. So I was impressed with that. Part 6, production package. So at this step, this is where the agent is preparing all of the parts necessary for publishing the video. So once the video is uploaded in Descript, I tell the agent to look in Descript for this video and to prepare the production package. So what it does is it creates a Google Doc, and inside that doc, it has the title, the description, and it'll also create the thumbnails and upload those to Google Drive. And it does it quite quickly. And it can even update our Google Sheet list of videos and link to those documents. So that way, our team can just go in, click on the next video, and it opens up that folder, it opens up the file, and all of the information is right there. And that way the team can just go in and edit the video and use that to upload to YouTube. Part 7, edit and publish. At this stage, my team takes the video into Descript, they do the editing, they take a look at the production package, see if there's any notes in there, and then once it's ready for my review, they'll send me the final version of the video. We have some back and forth for final touches, and then the video is ready to be published. So my team will take the final version, take the thumbnail, title, and description, and upload it to YouTube. And that's how we do our video production process. So those are some of the ways that we're using the AI assistant to help us with YouTube production. We'll keep experimenting, and as we learn more, we'll share more tips here on this channel.